I've seen a lot about your experience. You had a lot of experience in film and television, and now you're going to be a part of a play. So what made you say, hey, I want to try a play out?
Well, first off, theater is the oldest medium, genre of entertainment that there is, as far as acting is concerned. So, I've always had an affinity for it. Secondly, my love for theater was sparked years ago when I had the pleasure of starring as the maintenance man opposite Billy D. Williams. And I've always looked for a play that I could do, that I could take and call my own. So when this was presented to me, I fell in love with the material and the content, the way that Adriana had written, and there was a story that was kind of something I could relate to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how has the process been like for you since you've joined?
Well, to be honest, we have not had the opportunity to rehearse nearly as much as I am accustomed to rehearsing for theater, because I've been working so much on so many other projects. It's kind of frustrating, but the company is rehearsed, so they've had the opportunity. Adriana has been great, keeping everybody, departments and everybody tight. But the process I'm accustomed to is a bit more grueling. Mm-hmm. Takes a lot more time, a lot more energy than I've been able to actually devote as far as rehearsing is concerned. But I guess the techniques are a bit different for me between theater, film, and television, because theater I have to be prepared to step on stage, and there's no cut, there's no can I get another take?
Yeah.
You have to be in the moment, you have to be present. So I'm rehearsing for that. Not that I am accustomed to having more than one take. When I'm on set anyway, I try to pretty much nail things in one take when I'm on set.
Okay, so what are those other projects that you're currently working on that's making it a little bit difficult in terms of having that extensive preparation process?
There's a show called The Leftovers for HBO, which I'm really honored to be a part of. It's amazing. It's created by the same people who were responsible for what's the show called? Friday Night Lights. Mm-hmm. And the other is called Lost.
Okay.
Yes, that. And then I've been working on this music project, and this music project that I've been working on for quite some time now. So I've been doing that, and there's a project that's going to be coming up soon with the legendary pioneer, probably one of my favorite directors of all time, John Singleton.
Okay, cool. So I have to ask you, even though it was a little bit before my time, I was pretty young when you were on Family Matters.
Yes.
And so my question is, a lot of times with specific shows, sometimes your character can get stuck with you, and no matter how old you get, people always, may call you Eddie still. So how was it transitioning away and kind of like separating yourself from that character once the show ended?
I don't ever think you separate yourself from a character when the television show is on that long. And because it means so much to so many people, because it was a time back when I believe, at least, that being on television was a privilege.
Mm-hmm.
I think that people kind of they kind of related to characters more back then on television.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you ever separate yourself from the characters. I think the only thing you can try and do is to try and do good work, and to try and find other characters that are nothing like those characters.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've never done anything else like Eddie Winslow before. Everything else that I've ever done has either been a drug dealer on a show like Kingpin, Next Day Air. Before I even did Family Matters, I had just come off with a film called Mississippi Burning. That was a movie that won Best Picture. I was 9 years old when I was involved in that. So I think all those different experiences have allowed me to continue to remind myself that I am an actor. Mm-hmm. My job is to take on different characters and to try and find as much of myself in these characters as I can, but not lose myself in these characters. And I think that's what happens to a lot of actors. A lot of actors tend to lose themselves inside of characters, and there's no way out. Lucky for me, I am the eldest child in the family. I have an older brother, so I was able to find that similarity in myself and Eddie Winslow, who now these days prefers we would call him Edward.
Okay.
all you supporters out there, because I don't believe I have fans. I believe that I have supporters, and I call everyone who has ever enjoyed my work and enjoys me and keeps up with me at this point in my career, because it's been 30 years now. I call you a supporter. You're not a fan. Fans come and go. It's been almost 30 years we've been doing this by the grace of God. And Edward, he prefer, if you won't, please call him Edward.
All right, Mr. Edward. So, what's so for all your supporters, what's a interesting fun fact that they may not know about Edward? While he was doing the show, or just the show in general, that a lot of people may not know.
Well, a fun fact that a lot of people wouldn't know is Edward was once a member of the Junior Olympic swim team. Edward also is a great cook. Loves to cook. Edward is a Grammy-nominated producer who worked on a project with the incomparable Miss Mickey Howard, and a project we were nominated for a Grammy. She's so awesome. I guess mother.
Yeah.
And I love making music, not just singing. People, I think they have an idea that I sing, but I love making music.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Now, that was a good segue into the next question, because you did the voiceover for Jazz for Transformers, and how was that experience? Instead of being in front of camera and actually playing out your character, now you have to use your voice in order to really show what your character is going to do. So when they do the graphics, it kind of matches up. So how was that experience?
It was pretty awesome. Doing the Transformers, the whole experience was pretty awesome. It was an honor as well, because that was the first one. They've done a few since, but that was the first one. And of course, the brother died. They killed Jazz. But, I'm over it. But it was an honor and a pleasure to work with Mr. Mann, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Be a part of anything Steven Spielberg does is always a blessing for anybody. Black, white, stuck in between. yeah. It was pretty cool. And I had to work a little hard. And I actually prefer doing voiceover versus being in front of the camera.
Really? How come?
Because I don't have to worry about nobody looking at me. I don't have to worry about what I look like. I can wear pajamas if I want to and go into a voiceover. just let it go,
Sure.
The key to being a great actor is not being afraid to be a fool. if you have to. If you're introverted, then you don't need to act, you know? So the key to being a great actor is, you know, and so sometimes, you know, you're up in the morning at 4:30 in the morning to get to set, you got a 6 a.m. set call, to be on set at 6 a.m. You don't feel like yelling and being boisterous and putting it out there, but that's our job, it's what we have to do. Well, you know, if you're doing voiceovers, nobody's checking for you like that, so you can, you know, and it was interesting enough, it was really cool when I was doing Transformers, I had to fly back into LA from the set of Baton Rouge, on location in Baton Rouge, filming A Good Man Is Hard to Find.
Oh, wow.
So I was tired. So I wouldn't have felt like going through makeup and doing all of that. I flew all the way from Louisiana to Los Angeles, and I had to fly back to Louisiana to finish filming.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, so I was able to go in there and you know, put it together, make it happen.
So it sounds like, you know, being an actor can be a little bit tiring. Now, when you have your baby, your new baby, and when that baby gets older, is acting something that if they're interested, you will encourage them to do, or, you know, would you try and have them to try something else? Like,
well, I'm going to try and steer them completely away from acting. I don't want my children involved in entertainment in any kind of way. However, if my children gravitate to something, whatever it may be, I'm going to be very supportive. But I want my children to do whatever it is that they want to do. You know, but I would love to see my children take a position of power versus a position of having to entertain others and bring other people happiness, or bring other people to conclusions of where their emotions need to arrive. It can be very draining. Extreme highs and extreme lows. It can be very lonely. And it's not easy to do, especially in this day and age. You know, so yeah, I wouldn't want to see them do that. So,
okay.
Entertainment is not what it used to be. It's very difficult. Sports, acting, singing, whatever it is, it's not easy anymore. It never was easy, but it's extremely difficult these days.
Yeah, and I would assume it's even more challenging now because you have social media that kind of dictates things, and like it completely changes everything.
It changes everything. I mean, it's really sad to me, you know, to see people who are legends, who have less followers than people who, I mean, I'm talking about pioneers and legends, and I'm not gonna call no names. I don't want to put nobody out there, but I mean, people who, like, if they wouldn't have done what they did,
yeah,
these people that are doing it would not even be a thought or a consideration at all.
Yeah. And
you see these people with like 5,000 followers on some site, and you see somebody else with like 1 million, and you're like, who is this person? What do they even do? And I'm not knocking anybody, but it can be very discouraging to that legend or to somebody else, you know, who looks at that and says, God, I have a choice of doing something the right way, the earnest way, or I have a chance to just put my ass up on a sink and getting some shots. And I can have a bunch of followers.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I hate to be so frank, but I mean, it's just real, you know?
It is. It is.
Somebody can take a provocative selfie. I'll rephrase that for you. Someone can take a provocative selfie and have 1 million followers.
Yeah, they're like, I never quite understood quote unquote Instagram models.
It's crazy.
It is.
And look, don't get twisted. Tammy knows we're very open. I follow some of them. Okay, it's cool. but that doesn't mean that like I still don't understand the phenomenon. I mean, it's something I like to look at. It's not something that I want to live with. It's not something I would even pay to see.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just a big difference when you look at people who do this for a living. Basketball legends are the same thing. I can't believe, like, Tammy and I sometimes I have to drill Tammy, you know, and make sure that she knows some of them legends that were before, you know, the 90s. I'm like, baby, basketball didn't start in the 90s. Right? She'd be like, I know who Pistol Pete is. I'd be like, okay, look at you, youngster. I surprised you. She said I surprised her because but you know, I'm a student. I'm a student of life.
And then my last question is, what was your favorite project that you worked on? Movie, television, and why is it your favorite, or was your favorite?
Probably my favorite project of all time is when I did the Don King story, and I got to play Muhammad Ali. Probably because I got to work with John Hirschfeld, who's an amazing director. Excuse me, Ving Rhames. It was a watershed film for HBO. I got to play the greatest of all time, and I actually got to meet him after I played him, and I got to do my impression for him, and he just couldn't stop laughing. He just couldn't stop laughing, and so it was an honor to play him. And I mean, I got to box. I actually got to train, because back in the day, I don't know if, you readers know this, but back in the day, we used to have a certain amount of time that we actually used to train before we would actually step on stage. So, yeah.
Cool.
So I actually got to train. It was really cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I actually, I didn't really used to watch a whole lot of boxing, and now that I kind of got into that more, I definitely enjoy learning and even just watching documentaries and pieces on the older boxers, because I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of the boxers now, not personally or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, I just think there's just something more, I guess, magical when it comes to Muhammad Ali and a lot of the other boxers back then, and watching them box.
Yeah, it was. I agree. I totally agree. Them guys, they took it serious. They trained seasonal. They understood what their jobs were. They were warriors. And nowadays, once again, everything is about how many likes you have, and and how flashy you can be for no reason. I mean, if a fighter was flashy back in the day, they had a reason and a story behind it. There were wars that were built. It was, that's what they did. It wasn't, you want to box them in the ring, on Saturday night, and you're trying to act on, Wednesday next week. So I agree. And so that's why it was an honor to be able to play Muhammad Ali. That was just man, that was really, really cool. So
cool.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm happy you did, and thank you for answering my questions. I really enjoyed both interviews with you two.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it. No doubt.
So,
you're cool to talk to anytime. We'll check in with you after the baby is born. You can interview us on parenthood.
Get your, tell Tammy she gotta write another book about raising a child.
I will.
Oh, she ready. She ready. That girl, she ready to go. I wanted to write a book on getting back in shape for the basketball, the gold medal she about to win. I told her we proclaiming. I'm putting it out there. Olympic team 2020. We putting it out there.
Olympic team 2020. All right, it's out there.
That's where it is. So you put that out there. We let them know we coming for them in 2020.
All right, cool. Well,
right.
I'm gonna let you guys go. You need to get some rest, and hopefully I'll talk to you guys soon.
Talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Thanks. All right.